In terms of race strategies, the 2024 Formula 1 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix has little to reveal. However, those following the updates on our website yesterday morning, well before the start of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, would know that we discussed the tactics teams could employ to complete the 50 laps on the 6.174-kilometer Jeddah Corniche circuit. What is sincerely challenging to comprehend, from fans' perspective of course, is why Scuderia Ferrari insists on trying to do something different when it would simply be sufficient to do things the right way. Let's elaborate. This year, in terms of strategies, with the Pirelli tires remaining almost the same as the previous Formula 1 season, it should be somewhat simpler to determine the best option to finish the race, except for occasional exceptions caused by various external factors or different weather conditions. A question for Ferrari: why start the race on the softs? Looking from the outside and weather conditions somewhat exaggerating the concept, we find ourselves in this situation. What was the fastest strategy adopted at the Jeddah circuit in 2023? Medium, hard. What was the most adopted yesterday? Medium, hard. At this point, Ferrari should explain something. Why were the soft tires fitted on Oliver Bearman's SF24 car at the start of the race? A move also made by Sauber with Valtteri Bottas, among other things. In the end, thankfully for the Maranello team and the young British driver, it worked out well thanks to the safety car that was deployed at a convenient moment. The mistake made by Aston Martin's Lance Stroll on the 7th lap led almost all cars to make a pit stop, switch to hard tires, and go all the way. Only 4 drivers, Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, Nico Hülkenberg, and Zhou Guanyu, decided to stay on track with medium C3 tires, making a pit stop between the 33rd and 41st laps, choosing to finish the race on soft tires. Nico Hülkenberg was the only one among them to opt for the hard, finishing in P10. On a side note, Haas was incredibly the 6th force in this second round of the 2024 Formula 1 Championship. Williams tried to keep up with them with Alex Albon, but only managed to place between Nico Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen due to the penalty Kevin received by the Danish racing driver. It was wrong to rely on the softs, even in the last stint. The race continued smoothly for those who switched to hard during the safety car. Within the top 10, positions remained almost unchanged, with competitive pace until the end. Honestly, we were surprised by the number of laps Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton managed on the medium, but choosing soft proved wrong even in their case. The C4 didn't work well in Jeddah, as seen during the second free practice session, and the fact that neither Lewis Hamilton nor Lando Norris set the fastest lap of the race proves it. The honor and merits went to Charles Leclerc, beating Max Verstappen in the last lap with hard tires that had been running for 43 laps. Charles set a time of 1:31.632, confirming the fast pace of the SF24 car on a single lap with low fuel load. Between starting the race with soft or using them at the end, we understand the second option more, although even this option didn't pay off. Probably, Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton were waiting for a lucky safety car bit would in fact have had more chances to overtake Oliver Bearman if they had stopped a few laps earlier and also switched to the hard. Considering the progress others made in the final laps with fresher tires, they could have made a difference. This all worked out for the best for Oliver Bearman, but it's also true that the Ferrari Driver Academy member deserved every point earned yesterday, demonstrating great skill, composure, speed, and at the same time, caution. A masterful debut for the British driver. Regarding Ferrari, it's important to know when it's not worth trying to pull a rabbit out of the hat. There's little to experiment within the realm of strategies on a circuit like Jeddah. Sometimes there may be doubts, but in this case, as more than half of the drivers show, there was only one faster strategy and it didn't make a lot of sense to try anything different. At the conclusion of the race, Pirelli Motorsport Director Mario Isola aimed to analyze tire-related aspects. The race displayed a remarkable linearity, both in terms of the final outcome and tire behavior. It was anticipated that the race would primarily involve a single pit stop, with the safety car emerging after only 7 laps, precluding any potential variation in pit strategies. The C2 tire compound demonstrated its consistency, excelling in both performance and degradation. The significance of this was underscored by Charles Leclerc's achievement of the fastest lap in the closing stages, utilizing a set that had already covered 43 laps. Furthermore, the C3 tire proved to be effective in meeting the demands of the race. Mario Isola noted that the 4 drivers who opted to remain on track during the safety car period successfully managed the tire's performance, pushing it to the limit of wear in a competitive manner. Comparatively, graining on this compound during the race was reduced, attributed in part to the gradual rubbering of the Jeddah surface,